Hello and welcome back to Show Me Games Ramble on episode 11.5. I don't know, got extra content again, maybe DLC, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll just we're going to play a bit of Sengoku Blade, which we've covered on Caravan Style Retro Review a few weeks back.
More movies.
More movies. It's a pretty good game. It's just we've got some topics that we need to cover.
We got a few from last week there, I think.
That we didn't
Cover as
touch
well.
on. So this won't necessarily be an hour long, but we'll just cover what we need to waffle about. 1 second. Sometimes do you need music in your life?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Often.
do you sometimes feel poisoned by lack of music?
Yeah.
Sometimes do you not require bad medicine? Is bad medicine not what you need? Because if bad medicine is not what you need,
good medicine.
try listening to tbfmonline.co.uk, The Rock Show, every Thursday from 7 PM to 9 PM UK time for all your glam rock, metal, punk rock, thrash metal. Everything you need to listen to in metal. It'll give you the bad medicine. What do you need? It'll give you the poison in your ears. It will get rid of those earworms you picked up from work. All those shitty little fucking tinky pop songs. The Rock Show. tbfmonline.co.uk. The Rock Show. 7 PM till 9 PM UK time. Check that shit out. It's really good. You'll enjoy it.
I said no because I thought he was going to start singing to me.
I wasn't.
I was trying to calm him down. He gets a bit weird sometimes.
Well, we're going to plug there for a friend's radio show.
Right. What I will quickly do is...
Let's get through some subjects and then we'll play this for a little while.
I'll just do a rundown of what's coming out this week. When I say this week, I mean from Ramble on to Ramble on, basically. To be honest, it's not that fucking good. We've already... Witcher was last week.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
but that's last week in Ramble on World.
Yeah, because it's Thursday now.
Yeah, but
Wednesday if you watch it live.
yeah. It's weird, isn't it,
Yeah,
the internet? Right, Vita. I feel like mentioning all the consoles.
Go for it. No, that's good because we are showing games.
So
it's
we're
good.
gonna
That's
give
right.
a little bit of love to everybody.
Yeah.
Although, right, Vita, Disney Infinity 2.0. I mean, that's probably been out for a bit now, I assume.
I'm not too sure. I'm not up on it.
I'm not.
See, because you're more aware of more the wider scale gaming things. I'm more like PC.
I'm eclectic.
I'm more PC and
Xbox.
And
Oculus now.
Oculus.
Oculus anyway. Right, so there's that. I mean, this name is fucking mental. This is another Vita game. I have no idea what it is.
I'm gonna still find it.
Do it. Hyperdimension Neptuna U Action Unleashed. If that isn't a good game, it probably isn't.
I feel like it should be screamed by a Japanese schoolgirl.
I wanted to scream, but
yeah, I think it should be screamed by a Japanese schoolgirl. And I think she should be doing this kind of pose, and then behind her like a starburst happening.
they have some brilliant adverts. Everyone watch like Japanese adverts. They're fucking fantastic. Actually, what is hopefully a fantastic game, which when I finish Witcher 3, I'll probably trade in.
Oh, you're getting Witcher 3 then? That's good.
Oh yeah, definitely getting it. After watching that 3-hour Twitch, I know I can play it now. I know it's not going to piss me off. I can just tell.
I'll tell you the thing. Just to interject with Witcher 3, which might even help you a little bit more, is when you get a main quest, they pop up on the side of the screen, right? And you click right analog in, and it selects which one of those main quests. If you get a side quest, they don't appear there.
Right.
They don't appear there. Just side quests. If they're a major quest, they'll appear on the side of your screen.
What I will do, ideally,
that means that you're right.
Ideally, what I will do is clear the shit in the vicinity.
You won't be able to do it at first.
Well, as much as I can.
Yeah.
I will clear as much shit in the vicinity as I can. Then I will do a bit more of the main story. then I will just try and clear as much, just the way I do them. I want to get rid of all the shit and then move on. And that's why I get burnt out with some games, because I want to do that, but it's wank what you're doing. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's fair.
So then I'm not interested in the story, and then.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So we're just a little bit of a.
So I'll finish Witcher, or I just won't like it, and then I'll trade that in, and I will get Splatoon, as long as it gets reasonable.
If Splatoon gets a 7 out of 10, I know I'm going to love it, because I reckon it's going to get a 7 out of 10 because of the lack of gaming content, but the game itself will be solid.
Possibly. They're doing a very strange thing with it, which is there is a single player campaign, which I'm not sure how good that is going to be, but I've heard someone saying that it's actually pretty decent.
Right,
but this is obviously pushed as like a multiplayer centric sort of game, so that's going to be where the meat is. But there's not loads of maps to begin with, and they're doing this strange thing where they're going to keep releasing new ones for free, but then are you going to feel like
you've not got a game,
you've not got the meat to begin with? Like with Mario Kart,
you've got
straight away that is as big as all the other Mario Karts. The only downside being that the Mario Kart 8's battle mode is dog shit, and I think we were all hoping for if any DLC comes along. I mean, this 200cc and all the DLCs, the best DLC I've ever fucking seen.
As long if you are slightly interested in Mario Kart, and you have a passive interest in the one on the Wii U, if you just play that randomly, the DLC is worth it. Yeah, it really is worth it.
It's so cheap as well. It's so fucking cheap, and you get half a game again.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you get the 200cc for cheap anyway.
You get it for free.
For free. Sorry,
for free.
Which is fucking mental.
I've not played that as of yet.
Yeah, we'll have a do. We need to have a do on that. And yeah, so a bit like weirded out by Splatoon's take seems to be you get
bare bones,
reasonable amount of game, probably just.
Right, so
then you're gonna still keep get content for free.
Okay. So you get a fat skeleton of a game.
Yeah.
And then they add the meat and skin later.
Yeah, but it's free.
That's
still.
You have to make sure that your game is a solid game at the off.
And to be honest, like if you play that probably for a week or so, and then they chuck you another map in, and then maybe it'll keep you interested. I don't know. They're probably experimenting a little bit again. They like to do that. So yeah, that's when I finish Witcher. That is
Splatoon does look
almost certainly what I get, because I love Nintendo games. They make strange games. They make niche games.
They do make
every game they make
niche
is
games.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
It is like Pikmin is just a strange real-time strategy.
It is.
But it's like an not evolved saying it's better than any other time, but just different. It's just going a different way.
I think they do well with that kind of stuff. They introduce gamers who aren't experienced to real-time strategy, say, like with Pikmin, we'll use that as an example, and they make it accessible.
Yeah,
but not.
Feel free to crack on.
We'll waffle a bit, and then we'll get on with playing a little bit for 20 minutes or something. But yeah, I find that they take again. It seems like Nintendo nut hugging, but it isn't, because they are one of the only console. Even though we've just been saying Sony do some very, very good experiences,
and I love different things. That's why I loved the unfinished Swan.
That's why I got.
That's
Oculus.
why as soon as I used the Oculus, I thought, I can see all this, and that's why I loved the Wii. Yeah. It's not for the loads of shit games that were on it, but PS2 had a load of shit games as well. It was the unusual games that were on it that were fucking mental. It's like, this is brilliant. I've never played this before, because we have played a lot of fucking games.
We have played
and this is why I worry when a new game comes out and I just go, I've played this before. Even within, I've played it before.
Better.
Yeah, a lot better. I played the intro on a Friday feeling. Feel free to check that out.
Check that out. It is actually really. That is best. I added a lot more swear words to that game when I played that. But, check it out.
So I played it and I didn't mind it. And then right at the point where I stopped the video, I went onto another section then. And as soon as that happened, the game just got shitter and fucking shitter.
And I tell you something, my friend.
Does it get better?
No.
Fucking hell. So what I'm going to do now is, just for the sake of finishing it, possibly,
Oof.
is I'm going to shove it on the easiest difficulty, and I'm just going to try and just quickly just do it, get it done. But I feel like they've made it unnecessarily more hard work than it needs to be, just to make the game seem bigger than what it is. All I'd say is if you're thinking about buying that and you've never played Resident Evil 4, play Resident Evil 4, and I know you've got a Wii in the attic somewhere, get it down. Get Resi 4 on the Wii. It's the best version.
It's the best version, hands down. But if you haven't, you've probably got an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3. If you've got that, do download it. Just because the graphics don't look as fucking crisp and shiny as your modern day games doesn't mean that game doesn't stand the test of time. It's a classic. It's a Citizen Kane, as movie enthusiasts bang on about. Citizen Kane's meant to be an amazing movie of like perfect fucking filmography. Well, Resident Evil 4 is a masterpiece of that time. It really is. I think it's the GameCube's equivalent. In fact, it's a Wii's equivalent, even though it got re-released on the Wii, of Last of Us. It's something that you must play, and you will play again.
It's a killer app, but not for everybody for some reason. Some people just don't like Resi 4, and I don't get it. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. But the thing is, if you don't like Resi 4, then you definitely won't like Evil Within.
Yeah.
And if you like Evil Within, you'll love Resident Evil 4.
Because it does everything Evil Within tries to do, but better, and it's 10 years older. It's funny.
Back to the releases.
Yeah, back to the releases.
Actually, I'm not sure what this is. Xbox One, Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy.
What is it?
Rogue Legacy.
Explain to me what Rogue Legacy is.
Rogue Legacy is a Castlevania or a Metroidvania-esque game.
Right.
Where you play as a knight.
Mm-hmm.
That knight has different abilities or disabilities.
Is this the fucker that dies and then he's somebody else?
When you die, you become the son or daughter of the two previous people you've played.
I've heard of
So
this.
if you play as a character that has been randomly generated, that is colourblind, your game will be black and white.
That's brilliant. What a brilliant idea.
Play it as a woman who only has one eye, then half your screen is going to be blank.
Fantastic.
Then when they both die, you may play as their son or daughter who may have one of those things, or both. So you may be playing as the son or daughter of those two people who may be colourblind and only has one eye. So you only have half the screen
black and white.
Black and white. You also have people who have glaucoma, so the screen is actually blurry. You may also have somebody who can jump twice as high as normal, and if then they breed with such and such body, and so on and so forth. It's a very difficult Metroidvania game.
I might not like it, but I fucking love the idea.
Very difficult. I love it. I loved it. I didn't realise it was coming out on console, you see, because I was getting it for my laptop.
It's coming on the Xbox One. I don't know if it's coming from the consoles. I don't remember seeing it, so it might just be.
I think I played it briefly on the PlayStation 4 when I was over in Play. So
so it is about maybe someone just come. Well, it obviously has.
Well, no, I think that was kind of a
6 months exclusive sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it was just advertising it because at Play because they have. Plays a big gaming event in the UK, especially the north of the UK. So I think maybe they were just like showing off that they have this game. So I think it's coming out on both consoles at the same time.
To counter that, then there's PS4, and it's a game I know you played. I think there's some streams on the YouTube channel, The Escapist.
Fucking love that game.
Is that the prison?
That is what started me on doing these videos.
Cool.
It's the very first video I ever did.
So it's the Escapist's fault that you got to put up with us just.
It is. It's
being
brilliant.
Shit.
It's a prison game.
I've watched the streams a little bit. Yeah.
It's great. It's a time sink.
Right.
But it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
You recommend that one?
Yeah, highly recommend it. If you've no patience, do not pick that game up.
Right, I'm not picking that game up.
If you've no patience,
I have no patience. No patience. I'll watch you play it.
If you've no patience, I recommend before you pick it up, go online and find the recipes for items.
Just to save yourself a bit of time. And
because
that's what I've been doing with The Witcher, to be honest, in a way.
Yeah, I think you've done right with that.
I know, so I watched the stream, just to know if I'd like it, because I don't trust reviews anymore, because people have different tastes, and that's just as simple as that.
Yes.
And there's a card game in it.
Yes, there is. I will play that.
Like Greenwich or something.
It's called Gwent.
Gwent. And it's on Game Trailers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 20-minute video of
It's basically
him playing it. So I thought, I'm going to watch this because
there's a card game called Magic the Gathering, and it's
right.
And it's there's going to be I said it's going to be. That's me presuming people are going to watch this fucking thing. Anybody who watches this that does know Magic the Gathering, which is a massive card game, it's a very watered down version of that. And I was excited because when I was in this, I were in a bar. At the beginning of the game, I spoke to a guy. I saved him from a griffin. Right. And you have an option because they recognise that you're a witcher, and witchers always have to get paid for stuff.
Waiting.
Yeah. We'll start waiting.
Well, you stop waiting.
I'll put money in.
You put cash in. You stop waiting now.
Okay.
Cool. Multiple characters.
Yes. I saved this person, and he was like, "Oh, do you want some money off me because you're a witcher, and witches always."
So can I
want money.
interject?
Yep.
So there's a review on this.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
On the YouTube channel.
Yeah, carry on, Sal Retro Reviews.
Liam's sort of done a quick review on this, and I seem to remember him saying like it'll just put you on whatever fucking level.
It will randomly start you on a level.
And when I watched you playing the video, it wasn't this level.
It wasn't this level. No, it wasn't. I've never seen this level.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That
So
cool.
anybody who's after a points run or a playthrough who are expecting a certain level, it actually fucks you over on it because it just goes like, "He's around."
You're doing this now.
So
Brilliant.
you need to be overallly great at this game, which I'm not.
Obviously.
So with Richard, I saved this guy right at the beginning, and sorry, my dog. There it is, with a cute ass. I'm an ass man. And he asked me he's like, "Oh, you're a witcher, so you're going to need money, aren't you?" And stuff. And I said, "No, I'll do it for free." And he said to me, like, "Right, okay, well, if you go to the nearest bar, that's my cousin, and tell her that I've sent you, and you'll be treated all right." And I did do, and I didn't have to pay for much. But she sells cards, which is what I'm getting onto. And you build your card deck up, and you play a guy in the pub who teaches you the rules of this card game. It's hard to play this and talk at the same time. Teaches you the rules of the card game, and you become better at it by buying more cards and more powerful cards, and you get better. And I like that because it's completely optional. But he tells you right away. He says, if you go to such and such a town, there's a barman. There isn't much of a barman, but he is the best in the world I've ever played at Gwent. So you're like, that's a kind of a mini mission to me.
Yeah, that's
so
a challenge.
I'll be going through bars, I'll be playing people at Gwent, and I'm going to try and beat them all because but I don't need to because there's 35 endings, so it doesn't matter. So no matter what I do, isn't going to be wrong, and that's why I like Witcher because it doesn't punish me.
Yeah, I like that. So the thing I'd say to that is, does it make a note of that conversation, and do I have to pull out my pad and go, "There's a guy in this place"?
No.
Don't feel like I should have to do that anymore.
Gerald Rivier will remember this. Like, I heard you.
He can remember it.
A person at the bar in blah told me about blah 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 blah. You're like, yeah, motherfucker. And then as soon as he starts mentioning it, you're like, I remember that shit. Yeah, man. That what Garrett just said then is what I remember.
Yeah,
but I didn't really remember, but you did. Thank you, Garrett, because I'm in a game and I shouldn't be expected to remember 4,000 hours.
Well, one of my favourite ideas in a Zelda game was the DS one. The name escapes me, but the Zelda game on the DS, and you use the touchscreen for the control.
The one with the train.
No, before that. That is a direct sequel to it.
Right.
And the sequel to that. The one before that is a sequel to the Wind Waker.
Oh,
yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But what I liked about that, they had this shitty tower though that just I really didn't like.
Yeah, I remember that with the keys.
That one.
Yeah.
But what you could do in that is on your maps and stuff, you could make little notes. So you'd be like, "Oh, I'm seeing a cave there. That's something I can blow up, I'm sure, or I need a bow and arrow for." And you could draw on the screen and. I'd just draw a little bow and arrow and go, right, I need a bow and arrow for that bit. Yeah. And then whenever I looked at the map again, I'd know. And I don't mind putting input in that way, But I'm past the days of going to the back of the manual, which we don't have anymore, and
which I think is a bad thing.
I love having a crisp manual, and I never wrote in the notes anyway.
No.
So I would like to have a good manual again, but I would also rather the game remember.
Have you not noticed how we don't have a... Sorry to because yeah, you shouldn't have to fucking remember. You shouldn't have to write that kind of shit down. But I miss manuals. Why? They got rid of manuals because you went, oh, we're being greener and it saves money. It's like, well, I don't save money. Games are more expensive now. So
well, I remember before, a long time before driving, go to town, buy a game.
Accrington. I remember walking all the way to Accrington.
Sit on the bus on the way home after a boat, whatever the fuck. It could be Turtles in Time, it could be anything. And you'd open it, it'd be nice, and then the page would be sort of stuck together, but not, and it'd be
stiff, and you'll have that brand new smell of the plastic ink and stuff.
Yeah, and on the way back, I'll be looking through the pages.
It just adds to the excitement.
And I'd be like, oh my god, check the artwork, check this. And I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think about it. I just thought, this is normal. This is a normal thing to do. And now that it's gone, you just chuck a game in, don't you? And you don't really...
Well, you don't even play it, though. It's not... That's the thing, though. Do you not find... You can't even sit there and read the manual. I mean, we drive, so we can't actually read the manual on the way home.
I'll read it to you.
Yeah, that's good. But, like, you can't do that anymore. But not only that, you can't just chuck a game in. There's only one console where you can just chuck a game in now. Like modern-day consoles, and that's... I mean, alright, you can do it on 360 and the PlayStation 3, but, I mean, technically last gen now, you know,
well,
not to slag off.
The update.
But yeah, they still update.
PlayStation 3 does, definitely.
But when you buy a Nintendo game, you put it in the console and you're playing it. Whereas in...
You're playing it. They do have
Witcher
updates
3,
now.
and I couldn't play that for an hour.
Well, they do have updates now, but you can... I don't know if you can with Xbox or PlayStation, you can say, oh, fuck the update, do it later.
Yeah, but if you do that, it has a possibility of corrupting your save file.
So I just update anyway. So the
problem... I've had the issue of corrupted save files because of not accepting the update. So
yeah, the problem has unfortunately now carried over to Nintendo as well. They're doing the update box as well.
Like I say, I've no problem with the update so much. I have a problem with getting a disc, being excited, Witcher 3, fucking have it. I want to play Witcher 3, brilliant, and I get home, and I put the disc in, and now I may as well go back downtown and do my shopping. I may as well go downtown, buy the game that I want to play, come back home, install the disc, go back downtown, do my shopping, then come home, and hopefully my game is actually installed. Well, then I can play it.
That's exactly what happened with Evil Within. Yeah. But, right, I've got a new game, I do a Friday feeling on it, go, I put it in, fucking... It must be like 2 hours to update the shit. 2 fucking hours.
Yeah, there's so many faults with that game, though.
First thing I did, luckily I've got other consoles, so I put Mario Kart on because I hadn't tried the DLC out yet. I hadn't tried the 200cc or the new tracks.
You just
so I played that for 2 hours.
Nipples, fine.
and that was fun. And then the Evil Within was, for the Friday feeling, I only played 20 minutes. Was alright. But I still anchored to come back to the other to play Mario Kart. I'm like, right. Especially as soon as I got to the next bit, which is like fucking hide and seek with that big daft bastard.
Oh, fucking.
And the controls is, oh my god, like
lumpy.
The trouble is,
I think I can call them lumpy, and I'm sure you'll understand what I mean.
The good thing is I get to say Last of Us again.
Yeah.
It completely reminded me of Last of Us, especially because I had to pick up a bottle. Well, I didn't have to, but you could pick up a bottle and throw it, and it would distract them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do it as well. The guy isn't as reactive.
The stealth is an afterthought in that game.
It's complete bollocks. Is the fucking stealth.
In fact, it feels like it's not an afterthought. It was actually part of the original idea of the game, but I don't feel as though they implemented it well. And then I think they installed a stealth mechanic into that game, and then worked out ways of making levels to add. To use that stealth mechanic.
Force it. It's bollocks. The other thing is, but before I started playing that game, I think I told you that I've got it, and I remember you saying sort of like traps, and I'm like, right, what the fuck's he on about? Right, well, I'll find out.
Take
and then
your time.
I played it.
You have to walk.
You can't just go like, right, I've killed everyone now. Right, let's go on track. There's just bollocks everywhere. Everywhere is like, you're going to die, bollocks. Right, brilliant. Can I just explore this world?
No.
No, you're dead. Right, no. I did this fucking house, I went in, I checked it all out, I saved it because I thought, right, I get the gist now, it's a bit of a dickhead of a game.
It's a bollocks
I'll
game.
save it, I don't want to save it. Normally I clear an area of bad guys or whatever, then I will save it. So what I did, first time, I ignored the save point which I found.
Yeah.
Cleared the room and thought, actually, this is taking me to the next point in the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and there's this other door here, and start finding a few other things. I'm like, alright, cool. And then I walk this little bit and then fucking bang, fucking spikes in my face. I'm dead. I've got to do it all again.
Bullshit.
The game isn't good enough to warrant me doing all that shit again.
The thing is like, you take your time on those traps, because like, you go, right, I appreciate there's going to be traps now.
Now I realise I've got to creep everywhere.
Right, and your stealth mechanic doesn't work. Though, does it? That's the thing, your stealth mechanic doesn't work. When you can tell when the game wants you to do stealth mode, because you'll go into stealth mode and you'll realise that people aren't noticing you. But the rest of the game, they notice you regardless.
Yeah.
So it's.
I have a problem with the how they spot you and stuff. It's bollocks. I do like the idea of the trap thing. It's just.
Well,
it's bollocks. I just feel like it should almost feel like
arbitrarily lengthening the game.
Yeah, I feel like it's slowing everything down.
Play this
intentionally. Well, let me have this again.
Right.
I think it is intentionally slowing it down. Well, I like the idea of it. They haven't implemented it very well at all. Because in the real world, you would spot half of this shit.
Oh, she's bleeding.
Oh dear, we'll not comment further.
Which way should we enter? Back door.
Don't ask
Sneak through the side gate. Rude.
Yeah, in the real world, you'd see half of this shit, but because you're playing a game, you're just trying to get on with it, you just sort of start rushing forward because you're a bit bored or whatever. You just think, oh, there's the door, and you get trapped, and it teaches you to crawl everywhere, and you're like, bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Anyway, the game is actually annoying. I'm going to go to
Yeah. So, I mean, I could spend a good hour destroying that game.
So the next game is a controversial game.
It's on Battle Raper 3, is it?
This is on the PC.
Yeah, I'm going to say, is it not Battle Raper 3?
No.
There is actually a Battle Raper 1 and 2.
Is there? What's that other one there? Did we touch on it last week? Something like shoot, I'll say homosexuals, but it says a much more aggressive word than that.
Yeah.
Another dickhead game.
Yeah, absolute asshole game.
It's not as bad as that, but people do hate on it, and to be honest, I'm not so sure why when I compare it to anything I've ever played. It's called Hatred. And you are a serial killer of sorts, and you basically kill everyone. You don't specify on skin colour, sexual orientation, anything like that. You just kill everybody. You're a serial killer, but
no problem.
And you just go around just fucking running, going, just kill everybody, cops. Now, Jesus Christ, how many games have I played that pretty much do that? At least 50% of the game. This is just a game, almost like
no issue with that.
Almost like Smash TV, but a lot better graphics, and it tries to make it look cool. He's, you know what it's like with fucking long leather, fucking coat,
always with
all that shit.
Stuff that I were into when I was 20.
Yeah. So it's appealing to 10 years ago, fucking people which don't exist as much anymore. Anyway,
no, we all die.
So. Anyway, I don't know. It looks alright. I've seen some videos on it.
I don't like the look of it. I think
no moral thing against it.
I think it's false advertising. I think it's them. Do you know, like it was Call of Duty? It was not
the airport scene.
It was Activision that went, man, we're thinking about removing this no Russians thing. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because that was bullshit, because you can do that entire level without killing anybody. So it's up to the person with a gun, right? It was up to you. Whether you murdered every innocent. They're not innocent. They're just sprites. It's up to you whether you kill all those innocents on that no Russian level. Because you do not need to pull the trigger on that gun.
I mean, a lot of these are especially the really bad ones like kill all homosexuals.
Yeah, that's
just fucking bollocks.
That was going out your way to be a
just
fucking
be a
absolute
dick,
dickhead. Yeah,
just be a dick.
For that shit.
So, but this one's just, it's like whatever. But have you not noticed that aside from that, just generally now, people are testing. They're not testing. They're pushing it as far as they can. Because when I watched your hip shot,
yes,
Miami.
Hotline
Miami 2.
Yes.
So the
There
first
was a rape sequence
little bit is like, oh, and I'm like, oh my god, that's really fucked up. And then it was like, oh, it's just a movie thing. It's just because it was like a set, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, it has a reaction. I'm not completely against it. I can see why someone pissed off with it. And then they sort of get out of it by going, yeah, this is just a thing, and it's to cause a sort of reaction in you. And I just feel like people are just pushing, just doing what they can do. And I think it is marketing. I think there is a bit of like,
it is.
It didn't work for Hotline Miami because not that many people gave a shit.
Well, the thing is with Hotline Miami, as much as it's not known for its story, the hip shots aren't all about kill the Jews.
He's back. No Ben's back. Yeah, he's not actually racist. It's just I'm absolute Jew, so he's being a dick. So we'll just ignore him.
I'm not offended. I didn't even click continue.
He committed suicide.
The thing is with Hotline Miami, it's in keeping. It strangely actually is in keeping with the storyline. It's just like when I do my hip shot, Hotline Miami 2 is so much more wordy than the previous one that I can't just sit there and read it because it goes on. I mean, there was a period where if I was just to read it, it would be 10 minutes of me reading. And it's like, well, I'll do a hip shot to just play a game and be hyperactive and just go, that's
it's good when you read the bit, but if it's going on too
long. But it was going on too long.
I see.
And it does sort of it is doing it on purpose because it is a social satire, right? Which is what sort of gets overlooked. And then
but again,
nobody gives a fuck. But with hatred. Hatred is...
You just go around fucking people up brutally.
Yeah.
But it's 8-bit style, so nobody gives a shit.
Well, yeah, but I think it's cathartic as far as I'm concerned. It's the same reason why people pick up
headshots.
GTA 4, GTA 5. Just pick up GTA. They've got it in. A lot of people have got it in the red. The attention deficit disorder gaming group that's out there, which basically fucking functions, that basically shapes the gaming industry. I'm going to put this down and get on my soapbox and say, they're the people that shape the gaming industry. They're the ones that have proven that if you advertise something enough, people will go out and buy your game, and it doesn't matter that they get rid of it 2 days later, right? So as long as you can keep their attention, and as long as you can scare them and build enough buzz to get them to buy your game initially, then away you go. And GTA has now become a Coca-Cola. It's become Coca-Cola. It's like everybody's aware of it, and they just play it. So now you ignore the fact that you can go around and you can do all manner of horrible atrocities. X is your power button. All manner of horrible atrocities, but you ignore it. Whereas in a game like Hatred then comes out with a name as it is, Hatred, which is, come on, like this is what it is, right? It's just cathartic mess right now.
That's what it looks like to me.
Right? It's just cathartic mess,
yeah.
Right? And we know that if we annoy you enough, and we piss people off on forums enough, we will get publicity.
Yeah, they could have just made
to make my game seem as though it's more harsh than any game you've ever played in the past, which it will never be.
They could have just made it like you're a cop and everyone's a criminal, and that's it. They could have easily done that.
Well, that's it. I played LA Cops, and LA Cops is the police version of Hotline Miami to a certain extent.
But that's fine because you're a cop,
which
is actually worse.
Which is actually considerably worse because that just shows that you aren't being a policeman at all. You're not arresting them. You're just fucking murdering people. You're actually more psychopathic than a psychopathic killer because you know what's right and wrong because you've chose your profession. You decided to kill every fucker. But yeah, that's the thing with Hatred. I think a lot of people sort of ignore certain games because now they've just become part of the lexicon, so we all go, right, yeah, we can use the word GTA and we know that is a game where you run around, and it's like, now we accept it.
Because let's be honest, movies do it. Movies do whatever the fuck they want, and we've got over it now. Ever since like Thatcher years, you know what I mean? It was like ban this, ban that, can't do this, can't do that.
The video nasty period with the Mary White House. Winehouse, but White House, Mary Whitehouse thing.
It's like we're over that now. We get it because they were trying to babysit us.
Yeah,
and it's like we don't need babysitting.
No,
we're not mental. Mental people need babysitting.
Funnily enough, they're doing that now with the internet. Now we're going through the internet nasty period, and that'll change. As much as people going, this is fucking wrong, man, but it'll get to a point where we are policed enough that we don't accidentally, like people say, we accidentally come across a child porn site. You don't accident.
I don't know how you would do that, How would you do that?
I watch a lot of porn. and that's just because I enjoy watching porn.
Oculus porn.
Right, but I've come across a few porn sites where I've gone, this looks weird, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And you leave. If you end up spending 2 hours on a site and then go, I don't know what I'm doing here, but you don't do that.
Yourself,
when you go to the shop and you want to buy meat, you want to go to the butcher's. So you go downtown and you want to go to the butcher's. You end up in a woman's hairdresser's and you're after buying bacon. You don't stay there for 2 hours.
Yes, insisting on bacon.
You're in the wrong place, right?
What do you want to be here? I just want some bacon.
That's how I see the internet, because you know when you're in the wrong place. You use the internet to get whatever you require. So if you want a piece of information and you end up on a child porn site, what the fuck are you doing there? You leave that site. You don't accident across stuff, do you? And that's the point I'm getting at. So we're getting policed in that sense. We're in the internet nasty period.
If I want to buy hatred, I will buy fucking hatred.
You will buy hatred. So this is the thing. We're in this period of time now where we've been through video nasties, we've been through movie nasties. That kind of stuff has been policed to a certain degree. We've now got a BBFC or whatever your regional equivalent is.
Peggy.
And then we've been through the gaming. We're still in the gaming. The gaming one is a really long, protracted one, because as graphics get better, people seem to feel as though it inspires. Does this inspire you to fly around the world and shoot everybody?
Yeah.
Don't give him a jetpack. Don't give him a jetpack. It's bollocks. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't feel like anything I've done in a game I've never wanted to do necessarily, unless it's some
things inspire me in different ways. From playing Street Fighter 2 when I was a kid actually inspired me to want to learn martial arts.
Yeah, but
for me is a
you don't want to go around.
But I don't want to go
kicking the fuck out of random people.
I don't want to go around setting people on fire and go Hadouken.
Yeah.
I'm watching burn to death.
I mean, the worst case is
I don't want to go around kicking the fuck out of cars.
No, do you fuck?
I don't.
The worst case is if a chav is giving you shit and he's been completely out of order and he punches you in the face, you can put him to the floor and tell him to behave.
Yeah, which if anything is an inspiration. And it's like playing GTA is GoldenEye. When we first played GoldenEye, we started getting into GoldenEye so much that when you play in a harder difficulty setting, it was a great game because you play in a harder difficulty setting, it gives you different goals.
Oh, they need to bring that back.
Now, Adam got to the point where...
Not GoldenEye. The hard is just a different game.
Hard is a different game. But when Adam was playing GoldenEye, or we were playing on the hardest difficulty setting, he then came home from town one time, and I went round to see Adam, and Adam was like, "You not noticed how many cameras are about?" And that's just because he was just aware of it. It doesn't mean he's going to go around now and being a silent assassin.
I spotted every camera in Blackburn, fucking all of them.
Yeah, you're wired wrong. If you're doing that kind of stuff, you're wired wrong naturally.
But there's no hope for you. You can watch TV and it can fuck you.
People can inspire you via books and stuff. Whenever there's a piece of media, there's always going to be a media in that.
Well, they would say, like, whenever they have these, I mean, this is old news really, but whenever they have these, in America especially, where they all go batshit crazy, and let's be honest, it's because you've all got fucking guns, it's mental. They'd say, oh, he was playing Call of Duty, but the law of averages say that there's at some point, everybody has played Call of Duty. Well, and it doesn't happen in any other country, so what the fuck?
Well, it's funny.
Or GTA, whatever.
Well, we watched... I watched Penn and Teller's Bullshit, which is actually on YouTube, so please go and Google it. It was a TV show that they had for a while, and they did... there we go. If you go and have a watch, they did a video games episode, which is very, very interesting. They get a child at the beginning, with the parents' consent, who plays Call of Duty, and they're talking about how it makes you a crazed killer. So at the beginning of the show, they get this child, with the consent of the parent, who allows them to play it, and sits there and watches them play Call of Duty. Right? Watches them play it. And they are happy with the understanding that their child understands that's not a real human being they're shooting. That's not a real human being. Now the show carries on, and they talk to an analyst group that was employed by a lawyer over in the States to prove that video games are bad on the mentality of people. So they're trying to find a causation.
I forget his name, but I bet it's the same person I'm thinking of.
Well, he paid this analyst group to go and have a look, and they were this group, and they were being interviewed, and they said they took our information and twisted it to their own ends. They tried to find a causation between violent crimes and video games, and they said, right, well, we looked at several, like, 100 people that have committed violent crimes. We then went to the house, and we had a look at what they had, and we found that they had an Xbox.
They have a toothbrush as well.
Well, this is the point. Now, again, they had an Xbox, and they had Call of Duty. 70% of them. All of them had toothpaste. All of them had a toothbrush. All of them had a television. So the causation is wrong.
Just like your phrase, isn't it? They all had an Xbox. Yeah, but you forget they all had.
Numbers can be shifted to tell you anything you want. Exactly. So it means nothing. You might. At one point, there was a book called Catcher in a Rye, which was considered to drive people insane, to kill people, because there were several people that went out on a murdering spree that read that book. So it's got cult following now as that book. Apparently it's terrible. I've never read it. I've never fancied it, really. It's about a kid at school who's pissed off at school and then leaves school and goes on a day trip or some shit like that. I can't remember, whatever. But the thing is at one point that became a cult thing, because it's like, serial killers read this. So no, it's a popular book. How many people out there have committed crimes recently?
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Read Harry Potter. Because there's a lot of adults out there that have read Harry Potter, and I'm fucking damn sure that a lot of those adults have actually committed some form of crime. Does that mean that if you read Harry Potter, you're more likely to commit tax fraud? I've done a study, and 90% of people that have done tax fraud, tax evasion, have money.
And they also have a house and a wife,
and eat food.
They have seen somebody or played it themselves at a game.
Or know of games.
But they're aware of games.
They're aware of games.
And they've definitely watched Coronation Street.
Bastards.
Fucking assholes. It's easy to get rid of tax evasion. You get rid of tax. To get rid of people going around shooting everybody, just get rid of guns.
It really is a simple fact. It's either that or get rid of people. If you're really into guns, get rid of people.
Get rid of people.
Not guns.
Right.
So anyway, one last subject.
There's another game.
One last subject. We'll let this do a track mode, and we'll call it a day.
So here's Heroes of the Storm on PC. Also,
I don't know about that. No.
Okay. So what have we covered? Oh, so I don't, like retro people like Liam and anybody who's vaguely looks into stuff. Steve might know about this. But do you remember like the Nintendo World Championship?
Yes, they did a cartridge.
So it was like a 1990 thing, and it was an actual sort of like competition, and they won. So I think it was in 1990.
1990, I think it was.
It was like a film with a power glove, wizard, and he had a power glove, and he was making the power glove goals.
It was Summit Savage. What's his name now? He was the guy from.
That program, which Wonder Years.
Wonder Years. Fred Savage.
So that's like synonymous with like just
Mario
Nintendo and Mario, and
glove.
It's just cool. So like Nintendo's new sort of like American strategy, I suppose. Like I don't know if you watched the last year's E3 thing.
Yeah, I watched. I liked
it was like a sort of a direct, and it was just weird, and they took the piss out of themselves.
Yes,
they were really like
very reverent. And
what's it called? Robot Chicken.
Yes,
doing the stuff, and also this other group, I forget the name. They're like YouTube type people as well, and they did some weird stuff as well, and it was cool.
Oh, it was Mega 64?
Yeah, Mega 64 doing stuff, and Reggie going mental, like Terminator style. It was
good because they were really self-aware. I like that.
Yeah, it was fucking good. Cool. I thought that's good.
I know it's a spin, but it's fun.
It's like you fuck up with E3 normally. Let's be honest. So now you're doing this direct thing, and you're control.
E3 was brilliant because every day you could tune in to Nintendo and you had something new. And again, it sounds like a nut hugging Nintendo.
They did the Treehouse thing.
They did Treehouse thing, which is where I watched Splatoon, and I was watching that. And I was like, this is great.
That's cool.
So I'll tune in later on. And I'll watch some more about this shit.
Well, it looks like they're going down the same path again.
Good.
Because I assume this because why wouldn't they do it again? It was a massive success, really. And for the first time in eternity, people said like, you know, when they talk about who won E3 and they do stupid shit like that, a lot of people were like, actually, Nintendo did that because it was just. That shit.
Everything was live.
Cool, yeah.
Everything was live.
Cool.
You can go to the booths, you can play this shit.
Yeah,
whatever you were talking about, you could play it, and that was great. Whereas with Microsoft and Sony, it was a little bit
usual
corporate.
Same again, like your AAA game again. Played it before, Batman. Played it before. It just feels like corporate things getting a bit stagnated, and Nintendo's got these weird.
Even
direction.
though will say. Phil Spencer being in charge of Microsoft.
Oh my God! Yes, he's done
wonders.
He's bringing them back
because it's actually considerably noticeable.
What was that other motherfucker called? Like,
I can't remember.
We touched upon earlier, but you had like 5 or 6 years of excellent Xbox 360,
and then he
turned up and he tried to make it all about TV and fucking.
Well, that's
and all
you saw with Xbox One originally. It was like TV experience, movie experience,
and then
like
he didn't realise they were making the money not from that, even though Connect sold quite well for no reason.
Well, I'm the person that buy that kind of shit.
The idea, I would because I buy Nintendo stuff because it's weird. But generally, Nintendo stuff is they made it. They're going to support it. Whereas with Connect, they didn't really do that much with it at all, did it? And especially not now, which it was initially built into the system. You had to have it, and apparently it wouldn't work without it. But it fucking does. You can play it on its own then. But now Spencer's back in charge. Just is in charge. He's reining it in.
He's done wonders. He has done wonders. I mean, there's still a lot of things that I'd change myself. But Don Matrick, thank you very much.
Yes,
Don Matrick, good man. Thank you very much for still watching, dude. That's
what
cool.
A useless bastard. Yeah. But yeah, cheers, Steve. So it's looking like Nintendo are going to go back to that what they did last year.
Good.
Obviously a massive success.
That's really
and they're doing the Nintendo World Championship 2015.
Fucking brilliant.
So that is cool.
That's good.
So I don't think it really affects us, but I still like the idea. It's like a case of going to Walmart and stuff, and then you can play. Have you ever played? I should download it really because it is something I'd love. It's what's it called? Ultimate NES Remix or NES Remix?
No, Liam has it.
Right.
For the DS.
3DS.
3DS.
Yes.
Yes.
And then there's the Ultimate one, which is I'm not sure what it is, but it's also.
And he enjoyed it, and Liam likes his arcade games. Liam likes his. Let's just blitz something for a bit. He's into that kind of stuff. And he got a bit fed up of it. He went stale quite quickly.
Did it? Right. Alright, possibly. But myself, I should definitely at least check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Because it's just, if you don't know what it is, it's basically, if you ever played WarioWare, if you know what that is, it's not really like that, but if you got that mindset,
it's in the
a quick do on mini games, but it's all Nintendo games, generally 8-bit Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So Zelda, Metroid, Mario, Kid Icarus, fucking loads of them. And it will give you a little bit of a game, and it will give you some little silly scenario that you have to do. It might even put Link in Mario, and then as Link you have to smash as many blocks as you can in 30 seconds. Blah 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 blah. Now you touched upon the cartridge from the 1990 World Championship.
Yes,
Nintendo World Championship,
which is extremely rare. There's a video of what's it called? James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd. If you have a look, Google it. He's done a video about that. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, he's very good. I enjoy watching him. I think he's got the gold one as well, which was the winning one.
Very rare one. Yeah.
So. What the original one was a cartridge, and it had something like 5 games on, and you had to do whatever, 3 minutes of Mario, Summit, and the best of that is the winner.
Yeah.
And you moved on to the next round. So it's using the the Ultimate NES Remix version of it, not the NES remix, the Ultimate NES remix version of it, and it's certain games, and you will have to get as many points in these obscure retro scenarios, and then you will move on to the next round in Walmart or whatever they're fucking using in America, and then obviously there will be a final, and it's the same kind of thing, and I think that's fucking brilliant.
No, it's really
now, if they could bring the Power Glove into it in some way, that'd be fucking amazing.
Well, the thing is like playing again, taking it back to the Rift, taking it back to VR.
They always take back to the Rift.
Just take it, to the precipice of the Rift, to the event horizon. Taking it back to that. If Nintendo, who dabbled with VR many, many moons ago to epic failure, if they started playing with that kind of idea, with the fact that they're pissing around with expanding beyond Nintendo now, they're not being as precious as they used to.
No. With
the fact that Rift is owned by Facebook, which is a massive social media group.
Never heard of them. Apparently there's a really good group on there.
There is.
Show Me Games.
SMG, yeah.
Exclamation.
Yeah, it's really, really good. With that, the Power Glove is considered nowadays to be a haptic. And a haptic is something that lets you delve with your arms physically into a three-dimensional realm.
So you might be able to feel grip or vibration or touch or just see your hands, as opposed to just looking around. You don't see your hands.
Nintendo could just make something for the PC, which would be, say, the Nintendo.
They won't do that. They're not that far out yet.
I don't know, but they're getting there.
They're getting there. I think the only way they would do that is,
I reckon if they get their own VR-esque headset, I think the next console will be the next console. I think possibly one of the peripherals could be a Nintendo Rift, and then your Power Glove.
So maybe the NX,
Power Glove will come back.
The NX could do that.
Full force.
The NX could be that. It could be that. I don't think it will be. It could be.
I don't think it will be.
The other thing is, people say it might be a DS and your home console at the same time, so you can take your gamepad, say like a Wii U, take your gamepad, but obviously it'd have to be better designed because you have to put it in your pocket.
Yeah. It'll be more like a Vita then.
Like an Omni sort of thing. You plug it into your TV, it's got all your games on it, but you've got the box there as well.
I forgot about the Omni.
Yeah, everybody's forgot about the Omni.
Yeah. I nearly bought one recently, they're on 35 quid.
Yeah, but just play it on your phone.
I can play it on me.
Play it on your laptop.
Remember the Nintendo Revolution? Which
that was a Wii.
Yeah.
That was the Wii.
That turned into the Wii, yeah.
Yeah, the Nintendo Revolution is the Wii.
Yeah, the Nintendo Dolphin was the GameCube.
GameCube, yeah. And the Wii U was the Project Cafe.
Yes.
So there you go. Hitting you with some knowledge, Steve.
We know some shit, as much as we sound like we're waffling.
Oh no, he's acknowledging that. Right, yeah, we'll let you off, but don't do it again. You've been warned.
Be careful, we know more than we sound like we know.
Yeah. We talk a lot of shit. So, what was my point? Anyway.
Yeah, so you talk about E3, Nintendo doing the World Championship, which is really good. Which is a nice idea. What they could then do is just expand it onto their consoles purely for E3 week for certain games. Any time trial time that you post upon your
could get you an entry.
Get you on there, and not only that, because it'll be posted online. They'll turn around and go, these guys are the top 10 in Europe. These guys are the top 10 in fucking
Fight!
These guys, right? And then,
yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, because you could just mention them and you'd be like, fuck man, there's me.
Either way, it's going to be another thing to watch. So you'll have your directs, which will be called like, whatever, they called it last time, I can't remember. So you'll have your treehouse, which is where whatever games they've shown, they tend to just take you in and go, right, this is what it is, and they're playing it. They're just playing it, almost like Twitch. They're just playing the fucking game.
It's good.
And then they'll have the championship, which you can watch.
It's supposed to be a headset. Revolution wasn't supposed to be a headset. No,
I don't think it was. Prove it. Send us a link.
Send us a link. Yeah,
please
do.
I know that people did send Nintendo a lot of sort of ideas for the next console to make it 3D, where it was something like you put these glasses on, and you know the sensors in the Wii remotes.
Yeah, they
whenever
reversed
you
way around,
moved,
didn't they?
yeah, whenever you moved, so they had all the targets on a screen.
Yeah, yes, that was
a distance.
That was the reverse. That had the
Exactly.
remote down there because it was done on a PC, and the sensor was on top of the glasses.
Yeah.
That was that Japanese guy.
It's a cool
and he
idea.
started doing that, and after about 3 weeks of that being up online, he was contacted by Nintendo, and they were working with him on that idea because they were asking him, because all of his videos then dropped from the internet. So if you find a video of that, it isn't actually the original guy who uploaded it. It's somebody else who's stolen that video from him. So they started working with that. Now they've been having that since before the Wii U.
Yeah, but that could come out in 10 more years' time. They just like absorb shit, and they won't just put it out. They'll just wait until they find something.
The thing is like you got.
They might sell you some glasses.
You got to think about it this way. You see, your Wii U.
It's over there, by the way.
I'm pointing at the gamepad's over there. The Wii U gamepad has a sensor in it anyway.
Yeah.
Right, so you can point your Wii remote at that, and you can play your Wii.
Yeah, you can play it.
Games, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing is, there's no reason why they can't release and they go, right, what is the gamepad? Why don't you get the gamepad headset, which is a Google. If you have a look at the Google Glass or whatever it's called, it's Google
Glasses, yeah.
Right? There's no reason why they can't go, here's a Google Glass where you have a lens there, which is whatever you see on that screen. The motion sensor bar there, and they say, put your Wiimote there.
Yeah.
And then they have a Nintendo gaming experience. You will have to buy that headset, that's all. But it's all it is just one lens and that. So that one lens is to make you go, right, okay, I'll choose that option. And you're watching the screen, and now you're playing it with a hand. You probably get the headset and a handset.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a good idea.
You probably won't go that far, but I'm just saying that that is one of their options because that 3D motion of avoiding the targets and shooting the targets was there. So people have got gamepads, so it's like
that's why I like them now because they're so fucked up. Like I used to like Nintendo because of the just the games were just better than everyone else's. They still are really. They're
solid, yeah. They're consistent.
They're consistent, and and when they're not consistent, they're at least weird and they're different. And I like different things because I've played everything before. So yeah, I'd settle for anything weird they do. That's why they're exciting because now they've gone from that consistent thing, which they still have, the consistent games quality, to let's just try some weird shit. And I'm all up for weird shit. You know, like I will try it, but. Unlike Oculus, which doesn't necessarily have a guarantee of being good, but it sort of does because it's like open source.
It's very
Nintendo has a guarantee that you're at least going to get your usual games, and there might be some weird shit involved, and they will try. Unfortunately, they haven't done it as much as they should have done with the Wii U gamepad. To push this weird shit they've come up with, and this is the first time they've actually gone. Here's this cool idea with Wii U gamepad, and only really Zombie U utilised it, and
really well.
Yeah, that's really, like a launch game. But not many other games do it. Although there is a game, let's call something like Space Adventures or something. I forget what it's called. It's a Nintendo game. I think it's a download. It's about to come out, or it's come out.
Is it the tower defense one where you select the?
No,
because that was shown at E3 last year.
No, it's called something like Unreal Space Adventures or something like that. And what it is you have the gamepad. You're the you're the engineer. You're in the bowels of the ship, say. But on your gamepad, you've got the power of the engine, the lights. Certain other things.
Oh man, that'd be really, really cool for FTL. Anyway.
Yeah. So what you're doing on the screen, you're just like a spaceship. Now, what I control with a controller, or whatever controller, we use you can pretty much use all of them. So I sort of can move. I move it on the screen.
Yeah.
Right? If you turn the engines off, I can't move it anymore. So why would you do that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because they'll put something there that's like some sort of detector.
Right.
Blow shit up, and you're like, oh my god, right, I need to get past this. So you switch the sensors on. So I need to now you switch the sensors on. I can move. It's just simple. It's like 2D, but it looks alright. I can look at this object now, and it says, right, this is its sensor range.
Yeah.
And if I go into that range, it's looking like it's red now. So with my current state of my spaceship's in, it's going to blow up or attack me if I get near it, and I'll get destroyed because it's a shit little ship. So you as the engineer, now controlling it on the screen, you're here, you're like, right, talk about it. Well, what if I put it down to turn the gravity down, turn the engine off, the anti-gravity up, so it's still pushing me up, and then there's no engine noise because this is obviously reacting to sound.
Right.
So now I will move past. Right, got past that. Right, next thing, and there's all these little things that I think you get new abilities as an engineer.
That sounds like, oh, hang on a second.
It's a nice little puzzle.
You've got the sentence link, fantastic. Twitch mobile app updated when I went to grab that link. Hands on back in. No worries, dude. If you can put that in the comment.
Do it in the comments.
This video will be up. I'll upload them both tonight.
Okay, whenever. It's probably going to be up tomorrow at some point.
Yeah.
So just if you can chuck a link in the comments, and we shall. That'll be
sweet. That'd be really, really sweet. Yeah, it sounds like FTL Plus.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, it's definitely a co-op game, and it is utilising the gamepads and the I'm playing on screen, or vice versa, whichever.
That's cool.
It's a good idea.
Right, we'll have to call this the last subject, I think.
The last subject.
Big Y, isn't it?
Back in time.
Let's go back in time to last week's potential question.
Back in time. Let's do a shit one. Division delayed, 2016.
I called that. I fucking called that. I'm pretty sure I called that on here.
Probably. I think everything's just delayed. Castlevania Kickstarter.
Castlevania Kickstarter. Nice one.
Bloodstain Ritual of the Night.
Do it. No, brilliant. Well done. I hope you do really, really well because it will fuck Konami right over.
Yeah, you might as well.
Do it. If you slightly like Castlevania, go to the Kickstarter page and just donate £1. Donate £1 so you're not breaking the bank, but you know that you're supporting them.
I bet Konami are dicks about it though. I bet they find some ways to go, no.
You can't do.
No,
you can't do it. No, they can't do it.
Technically, it is intellectual. I think it is
property.
The original.
The original guy,
yeah. Ukulele.
Ukulele, a Rare game made by the original members of Rare.
Apparently, but then apparently not.
Yes.
It is actually made by a lot of the same people that made Nuts and Bolts. So I won't get too excited.
Well,
but the idea's there.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
People are jizzing all over it.
Yeah, well, it looks more Banjo-Kazooie. In fact, it doesn't to me, to be honest. I've watched quite a bit of ukulele videos, and initially I went, oh yeah, I can see Banjo-Kazooie here. And then it started looking more akin to, say, Spyro.
I think it looks like Spyro, and I think it looks Spyro, and just
it looks like Spyro, doesn't it?
Just dull. It's basically got the same mechanics as Banjo-Kazooie, but it hasn't got the soul, as you like to say.
Soul.
I don't think
you
so.
You understand what you see? The soul, you will get it. You'll understand what I mean by soul when you play a game and you go, this looks beautiful. This plays alright.
Why do I not like it?
Why do I not like it? Because it's no soul. Nobody gives a fuck. It's made by people who can make beautiful assets, who probably put the heart and soul into it, but the game itself, they didn't give a fuck about. And they just went, here's my game.
Yeah.
I've been paid and now I clock out, so I'll wait for this to make money.
Done.
So.
Right, anyway.
Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment.
Yeah.
Please comment. The more comments we
Tell
get,
us how shit we are.
The easier it becomes because then we can react to what you're saying and we can change accordingly.
Yes. So that was Ramble On, episode 11.5.
0.5.
Thanks for watching. We're done. This is fucking dead. I'll fill it up next week. And boobies. We'll finish on the boobies.
Finish on the titties.
See you later.
Beautiful. I'll be right, beautiful lady. Bye-bye.